Juiceman back with episode 42. I know it's been a while. How you doing? Please, welcome. Pull up a seat to the Gaming Roundtable. Grab you a cold mug of beer if you're able. And remember, I am the gamer. I am the Juiceman. And I am telling you the way it is. This is Injustice 2. Oh my god. I have been playing this game now for over a week. This is one of, honestly, I'm not even going to say one of, this is the best fighting game that has ever been made up until this point. Hands down, better than anything right now, including NetherRealm's own Mortal Kombat X. In DC, I love some of the characters in DC. I don't like everything they do. I am more of a Marvel guy. Always have been. But this game right here is absolutely incredible. I have never played a fighting game quite like it. It's got so much content. One of the things that I like about this game is the fact that NetherRealm was talking about loot systems and megaverses, and it's almost like the game was going to be this role-play game. And it is. It's got so much role-playing elements in the game. And the graphics, the combos, how you can combo into specials. I always loved the first Injustice game and played it for weeks and weeks and weeks. But this game is so much better than the first one that I find the first one to be boring now. I know that's crazy. Let me show you a couple things about this game. Here's some customization options. You have so many characters. And this is your character list. There's, Aquaman. And again, graphically, just amazing. There's Atrocitus, Bane, Batman, Black Adam, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Brainiac, Captain Cold, Catwoman, Cheetah, Cyborg, Darkseid you gotta buy, Deadshot, Dr. Fate, Firestorm, The Flash, Gorilla Grodd, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, Joker. I gotta talk about him in a minute. Poison Ivy, Robin, Scarecrow, Supergirl, Superman, Swamp Thing, and Wonder Woman. By the way, Scarecrow is voiced by Robert Englund of Nightmare on Elm Street fame, and it's just perfectly done. The loot system is randomized like Diablo, and what's crazy about that is that you could go online, or you can play AI Battle Simulator or whatever, and you might fight somebody. Let's say you're playing Batman and they're playing Batman. And their Batman is going to be different looking than your Batman. And it's so neat to see all this stuff. And just to give you some examples here, let me go to Batman. I've unlocked something for his arms. I'm level 11 with him. You start out with these arms. And a lot of this is aesthetics. And you go up to here, now there's a little bit more padding, he's got more health. Or I can go up here, that's even a lot more health. This takes those away. I'm going to wear them instead, which is pretty cool. And you got all these different things that you can do. You also have a bunch of different colors that you can unlock or buy. Cape Crusader, here's a Gotham Knight alternate that's a yellow-black. An AK Battle Armor FU-89R. Then you get to Cape Crusader Alternate. I even like the fact that they've got this in here, which is Classic Crusader, that gray and blue with a little yellow mixed in. It's just really neat that they included all this stuff. And plus I got abilities. You customize. You can sell unwanted stuff to get you credits. I'm going to show you a little bit about that. Once you and so you always are earning credits. Even doing combos in the game, fighting, you get credits for the Brother Eye Vault. The Brother Eye Vault is your loot system. You unlock bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. Guild is something you can join. I've joined a guild early on. This is my credits down here at the screen here at the left. 300, and let's say I buy this gold. It's 25,000. I'm going to buy it. Yes, because you're always earning credits. I'll get that back real easy. You hit X to decode. Boom. I get reinforced level 7 plate for Dr. Fate. I got a mighty explosive tunic for Firestorm that gives me ability, but I drop some defense. And mighty defense nanotube gloves for Robin. It's very cool. One of the things that you can do in the game too is regenerate gear. This is interesting. The gear piece stats will be regenerated and its level increased to match the current character level, which is pretty neat. So you can basically use a regen coin. I've got 21. I've earned those playing AI Battle Simulator. It's neat the fact that I can do that and take a piece of gear that's low level and put it up to my current character's level. That's nice. And then you have a transform gear, which is like the transmogrifization that you can do in Diablo. So I can make like transform piece of gear appearance of that another piece without affecting his stats. So let's say I've got Batman here and I'm like, hey, I like this equipped head, and I can hit accept and I can pick whatever I want it to look like amongst the pieces of gear that I have, which will give me like a different look. I'm not going to do it, but I just showing that you can do this. It's very cool. It's just an amazing game. Again, I've got to customize some stuff, and again, it's nice if I hit Brainiac, for example. Okay, so you have loadouts. I can do different loadouts and different. It's really neat the way they set that up, so I can build up 3 different versions of my character. Here's Mastermind Tendrils. This gives me extra health, and again, you can tell. See how his tendrils got spikes on them? Change them to that. Durable antivirus. Look, now they have like completely different ends on them. They have different looking coils. It's just neat. The way that they set this up is so great. Like, for example, and I love this aspect of the game. This is one of my favorite things I've seen in the game. See, that really made it look different. I can't equip it because it's level 7. You have to level up each individual character. Again, that's the role-playing aspects of this game, which is like role-playing in a fighting game. But NetherRealm knocked it out of the park with this game. The voice acting is superb. The graphics are superb. It is an amazing fighting game. Go to Firestorm. I haven't really used him a whole lot, to be honest with you. It's kind of nice. You have different tunics, different stuff like that, different rarities. Let's see if there's anybody else. Yeah, Robin. I think I got those arms, so I can check them out. They're level 7 arms. It's pretty neat. And one of the things that I want to talk about with this game, besides the single player, the story mode is amazing. And again, a little bit of a little spoiler towards the end, when you are at the end and Brainiac's done, he is the main villain. The game doesn't end. They make you pick a side, Batman or Superman's side. So then you got to go through a few more fights, not a lot, but just a few more, like 2 or 3 or 4, something like that. And there's a totally different ending depending on whose side you pick. It's very nice for them to include that. You have practice and tutorial, of course. One of the things that I like on the multiplayer is the AI Battle Simulator. And this allows you to pick. You can customize your AI characters and their loadouts. You can assign defenders, and you can fight other people's characters online, but the computer controls them, and you do gain experience. It's really cool. You can speed up the battle to watch it, and it's so ridiculously fast. And I'm going to show you a little bit of that real fast, and I'll do a fight real quick. It'll find opponents that are online who's playing. You can check out their win-loss. So I'm going to pick this guy with 22 losses because why not? These are my characters. One of the things I like is this is Superman, what he looks like when you first get him in the game. Mine looks like that. I've geared him out. Superman. And then here's Wonder Woman. That's what she looks like at level 1. This is geared out Wonder Woman that I've got at level 13. Again, totally different look. Here we go again. Boom. Totally different looking, and it's great. This is Harley Quinn when you first get her. Mine looks like that. It's just cool, you know. You can really outfit her. Guns are different. This is Green Lantern when you first get him. Boom, that's what mine looks like. It's amazing what they did with this game with that. My Supergirl looks like that. She looks different, and being able to augment those characters like that is truly just cool. So you enter the fight. I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to enable the fast forward twice. This is going to be super fast. So, and it's the first time I did it, I actually laughed out loud. It was funny. But this is one way to like measure your characters against and let the computer take over.
Done.
I win. My Superman, I geared out towards having nothing but strength. Like every piece of gear gives him crazy strength, so he's very powerful. This is the computer fighting. Almost lost. As long as you get 2 under your belt, I won. I won that match against that guy's characters. You got a very close battle. Boom. And because I won, I unlocked a gold mother box. When you win, you unlock a gold mother box. This game gives you so much, constantly unlocking. You can go to your attack. You can see all the times you different one. You can spar with friends. This is kind of neat because if you have friends that are playing online and you only want to play against your friends, boom, that's all you'll have to play against is your friends. You don't have to mess with any of these other yahoos online. Now, online, there's about 4 or 5 characters that everyone seems to favor. The netcode is perfect. There's no lag. It plays great. And I love it. And again, because you get this cool little unlock, it's great. I'm going to unlock this, see what kind of loot I get. The loot system, the leveling system is just superb. I got something for Cheetah. I got a Wonder Woman torso, gives her a lot of health. Swamp Thing arms, and a new Captain Codehead. It's level 5, which is great. Some of the things that I also want to show you in the single player is the multiverse. The multiverse is excellent. This is a couple of things. These are worlds that eventually go away in time. That's 2 hours and 31 minutes. That world will gone and a new Earth will appear, and you have different things to fight. These are in suggested character levels. Sometimes they'll say Lex Luthor has launched a new series of explosive rockets in your location. So while you're fighting, rockets will fall from the sky and randomly damage you or the opponent, and it can be hard, you know. I played against one where the world's gravity was screwed up, so the screen kept tilting back and forth, and it was kind of hard to It was actually kind of hard to. It was kind of hard to deal with, you know, but this shows you 5 regening tokens, you'll get mother boxes, what you're going to get for completing them, and performance awards if you earn points. This game has so much going on. Battle Simulator is where I've spent a lot of time. This is essentially your arcade mode, your ladder mode. You can play through and see every single character's ending. I do a lot of 12. The reason that it's not blue is it only will turn blue if you completed the performance rewards completely. And that's what that does. And again, it's a lot of fun to play through. This is Survivor. Series battle health is carrying over from each match if you do well, and then of course you have endless, which you'll fight an endless amount of characters. You get 100 fights in, you'll get a platinum box, and I've done a little bit of it, and went all the way up to 25 fights. I was like, okay, I'm done here. It's just too many to deal with. The multiverse is great. I can come over here to playtime. You've always had a soft spot for Deadshot of Earth. This meta is based around you playing. You're searching for I did it as Harley Quinn. You play as Harley Quinn. You see requirements. Sometimes these different Earths have different. If I go through the whole thing, then you'll get to apprehend. And if I win, you'll get an epic Harley Quinn head, epic Harley Quinn pistols. It's very neat. But it's like its own self-contained stories. It's very cool. There's Fear and Hate. Suggested character. This is a place where Star Sapphire attacked Hal Jordan. You'll go over here to rule them all, and you'll get to these bosses. You have to apprehend Hal Jordan and return to Brother Eye. Random epic gear. These are little self-contained stories within the game, the multiverse. It's very, very cool. Absolutely love it. The fighting is incredible. The combos, the graphics, the story, and all this stuff. But I want to say something though. I want to say there is a problem. 1, 2, or 3 things that I think only holds it back from getting pretty much a perfect score, in my opinion. And it's this guy right here, the Joker. The Joker is just dumb in this game. If those of you who never played the first game, Superman killed the Joker. Like, he put his hand straight through his chest, heart's gone, he died. Completely died in the game. And now I'm going to spoil something for you who have not played Injustice 2. Okay? So here's the deal. So, you play through part of the story, you get to the part where you're using Harley Quinn and Scarecrow shows up, and Scarecrow uses spear gas, and she hallucinates the Joker and ends up fighting him. It's a battle that takes less than 4 minutes to complete, and then he never shows up again in the entire story. But look at the way this guy looks. Let's go over to customize character. I've just got to show you this on a different angle. The Joker is completely 100% unnecessary in this game. I understand some of you out there, hey, he's a longtime Batman villain. No, the Joker in this game is retarded. It is so poorly done. And here's why. So, if I go to Murder Style, his original haircut, instead of this kind of almost clean cut look, was this fucking emo skater looking haircut. That's just, no, that's not happening. He wears a daggone trench coat, and he's got the words "ha ha" written in, red, blood or whatever. And for some reason, he's got all these wounds on him, like there's something wrong with this, whatever the hell's wrong with him. And it's just dumb. His voice is beautiful because it's done by the guy who did the first Joker in Injustice 1. It's very much like the old Batman animated series. It's not really Mark Hamill, but it's really close, and it's really, really well done. But then they try to modernize him with this trench coat and different things. I've seen Jokers wearing fedoras. I've seen Jokers wearing it just doesn't work, for me. I even sold get these maniacal arms. He's got his armor on and some kind of weird glove. They try to modernize him kind of like Suicide Squad's Jared Leto's Joker, which by the way was shit. It was the worst Joker ever. It's so bad. No offense to Jared Leto, but your Joker sucked, buddy. To make them all with silver teeth and emote them out and tattoos. Oh my god. It's horrible. Especially compared to Heath Ledger's Joker. And in particular, hell, Jack Nicholson's Joker was better back in 1984 when Batman came out. But this character, the Joker, who is dead, he's in the story mode for 4 minutes. I mean, he's not even in the story mode. They kept him, They didn't bring Shazam back. Shazam died in the first damn game. But no, we gotta have the Joker because Batman. Again, Batman, and they took that voice is perfect, but then they try to Jared Leto his appearance up a little bit. And even worse, they try to throw some Heath Ledger in there because he has all these knives, these shivs and stuff. And, Joker, Heath Ledger's had all these knives. And talks about watching the world burn away. It's you tried to, put even some of the Heath Ledger Joker in there. An amalgamation Joker. It doesn't work. This look is shit. As a matter of fact, here's a maniacal shank. Here's a shiv. I actually had earned... And here's these is what he normally wears. Suspenders with a green there. But then I got these balmy because it gives him some ability and defense. But now he's wearing a fucking sheriff star on his belt and has these ammo packs. It's oh my god. Now he plays fine. He's fun to play as. He essentially plays like the Joker from the first game with some added stuff and some different specials. But he's got a great special move, but it's the character is so out of place because he's only in the damn game for no time. I actually had a head where he was wearing a Harley Quinn style head with a J on it, and it just looks so terrible, It just looked really bad. And and no offense, hey, I love the Joker. This was unnecessary. But, you have Captain Cold, which is a villain from The Flash. You have Wonder Woman and Cheetah, which is another villainess that she fights a lot. You know what I mean? Let me go up here to The Flash real quick. I want to show you something with that. And you mean to tell me that you put Aquaman in here, who's equally badass like he was in the first game, and you still didn't put Black Manta? You didn't put an Aquaman villain? This episode is, if you're just joining me, is episode 42, talking about Injustice 2. And now a word from our sponsors, Beer in the Throat. But you mean to tell me that you still can't put an Aquaman villain in the game? Aquaman's role in the story is also is more fleshed out than even the Joker's. And I just don't understand that. I do want to show you this real quick, though. Under these different things that you can dress colors for Barry, check it out, because Reverse Flash. Now, what I like about this, they didn't just make a skin. He has a different face, and what's interesting about it is that he is voiced differently. He's voiced differently from the Flash, even though he has the same specials, and you can unlock gear for the Reverse Flash. So he's more than just a skin. He's actually a character. Even though if you dress him as Reverse Flash, you can only play as Reverse Flash. But you can also unlock Jay Garrick Flash, who also has a different voice, like the classic Flash. A couple of characters do this. Superman, not Superman, but Supergirl, for example, also has this different thing. You can be Power Girl, and is voiced differently, and has same moves, but you can unlock stuff again for Power Girl for different things. I think that's interesting. Her price is $9,300. I've got $6,000, so I'm trying to get some of these. There's only a few characters with alternates like that, by the way. One of the things I like too, what they did with Green Lantern, for example, and I've got a lot of stuff for him because I love playing. They've got willpower, they've got rage, death, and then you go down to avarice, fear, so the yellow lantern there, hope. They've got love, they've got compassion, and they got life. So they have the very different Green Lanterns, and John Stewart is unlockable with a different voice and all. That's very, very cool. And again, this is just something really neat with these loadouts and stuff. I love that aspect. I'm still a little upset, again, like going back to the Joker, like they just screwed it all up. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that character. I mean, they really just did not. It does not work. See, I like how Captain Code has different like looks. Look at this. It's very cool. It's all different. I love that aspect of the game. It's done so well. And again, with the Joker, they just really was a misstep. He's dead. You put him in a game for one fight that lasts less than 4 minutes, and he never shows up again. It's a worthless character. Harley Quinn, you could have just done it where she fought Scarecrow. And I think they did that for that reason. Let me go back to the single flight to show you some other things. This is the whole roster. And again, I think they also wanted to include a lot of stuff that we've seen in the DC universe from CW, which is different from the cinematic universe, because we do have, Green Arrow in it, which is really nice, but we also have his wife Dinah. We have Black Canary, which was known as Canary in the actual CW show. I think that's very cool. Also included is the Flash and Captain Code and Reverse Flash, so villains from the Flash is nice. Robin actually this is Damian Dark's son, which is kind of nice, again CW, and he's the adopted son of Bruce Wayne. You also have Brainiac, which is again a Superman thing. But again, you go back to Suicide Squad, we got like Deadshot, who also appeared in the CW, but also in the movie. Poison Ivy makes her debut. I think that's great that she is in the game, because again, Batman villain. Gorilla Grodd's in the game, which has been a foe of the Justice League for a long time. Red Lantern Atrocitus is in the game, and his cat shows up as well. So you have a good diverse cast. Plus you have these one-offs like Dr. Fate. His role in the story mode is not there's not much going on there, but he's in it, and it's interesting to actually like play as them. It's nice for them to introduce Dr. Fate, who's essentially the Sorcerer Supreme, like Doctor Strange of the DC Universe. We have Blue Beetle and Firestorm. In this game, they're brand new, trying to be new heroes and do what they do. Blue Beetle and Firestorm are both really fun to use. In particular, Blue Beetle is like a blast to play as. He's got this alien suit, Iron Man-like suit, and he is kind of like that in a way. And again, it's nice to include these. Another thing that's cool about the story is that some of the characters, the lines really blur between being a hero and being a villain. And I won't spoil anymore, but if you play the story, you'll be like, wow, that's crazy, you know, that this stuff goes on. And all the characters are just so well designed and well handled. Brainiac you unlock when you complete the story. Darkseid you do have to purchase. You have to buy him. I think he's a bit pricey. I think he's $5.99, which is a shame. I did get the chance to play as him. One of the Megaverse Earths that showed up was you just played as Darkseid. He is so overpowered, it's ridiculous. Like, I ran roughshod over the computer on medium difficulty like it was nothing, like they were nothing. And he is incredibly powerful. Again, one of the characters that you fight against people online a lot with, which is a shame. Harley Quinn is a blast to use, easy to use, and she's a little OP too. I'd be lying to say that. Again, going with that Margot Robbie look, as you can tell with the blue and the red pigtails and face-wise, they really did they didn't make her look like her, but her voice is perfect, different, but like they did again, I think incorporated stuff from the CW universe and from Suicide Squad there together, and it's just a really well designed, just an amazing fighting game. It really is tremendous to play. Catwoman is in it, and again I do still feel like though that they did focus a lot on Batman's side of things. If you think about it, there's Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Batman, Robin, Bane, Poison Ivy, Joker. Once again, a lot of focus on Batman villains and heroes, which is fine. But they did that in the first game too. I understand that Batman is such a large character, and Superman, who's had to face off against Black Adam, he's had to face off against Brainiac, but there isn't a whole lot. But those are really the only two. You know what I mean? Where like Wonder Woman gets one villain, and I don't know. And Green Lantern gets one villain. It's just one of those things where I feel like that it's just, I don't know. Like a lot of Batman focused heroes and villains in this game. I don't think it's a negative, and I understand why they did it. But at the same time, you just kind of feel like that it should be. I don't know. There's so many other characters, but the inclusion of characters like Black Canary and Captain Cold is nice. Now, one of the things I'm going to also talk about, and before I jump off here, because I know I've been talking about this game because I love the game. It's so amazing. Outside of Joker, which was just dumb. You could have put anybody. Why didn't you just put Black Manta? Why didn't you just put in Killer Croc? Just something, right? Somebody else. One of the things I will say about the game, when you're playing through the story, is the whole blurring the lines between heroes and villains. There's one scene in particular very early on where Batman's talking about, hey, we don't kill anybody, but they break into Arkham and he hits this guard like 5 or 6 times as hard as he can. It's brutal, and Robin basically points out, oh, we don't kill, but you just basically made him a vegetable. It's really no different. So it's nice to see the lines blur between that. It's nice to them to include tutorials and practice. Definitely play the tutorial because you'll unlock some stuff if you buy the game. Again, the multiverse is again one of my favorite aspects of the game. Is that, and it's such an amazing game, and the fighting is so solid, and the online is solid, and the unlocks and everything you get. Again, Joker. Another thing I will point out, though, they are putting out some hero packs And I disagree with the hero packs that they're putting out. And the reason that I am is even though it's cool that, hey, they're going to put the Red Hood in there as a character to play as. Okay, well, the Red Hood is just Robin, and Robin's already in the game. It's Damian. It might be different characters, but it's Robin. It's the same thing. I don't know why they would basically give us Robin again. And another character, there is going to be a Mortal Kombat character showing up later, but it's Sub-Zero. And again, I disagree with that. Why? Because we already have Sub-Zero in the game. He's Captain Cold. Oh, Captain Cold, by the way, has an alternate skin. It's Mr. Freeze. It's just one of those things that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, so you're going to add Sub-Zero? I understand maybe not Raiden, because Black Adam does lightning, but why not Ermac? They mentioned the League of Assassins a lot in this, or, why not Noob Sabat? Like, he joined the League of Assassins. Why not? Or Ra's al Ghul. Any of these characters would be nice to throw in there. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they decided not to. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me as far as some of the characters that are going to be coming down the pipeline later. Some of them I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. We already have a guy that can freeze people. Now, Captain Cold doesn't have any attacks that straight, like, completely freeze you, and you're stuck, and you get it. Someone gets a free hit on you. He doesn't really have that. He just doesn't. So, which is nice, even though sometimes they'll slow you down or do freeze burn on you or whatever. But that's the whole rigmarole. You're going to add Sub-Zero. I understand, because you had Scorpion in the first game, and even though Scorpion didn't really make a whole lot of sense in being Injustice, I wish they just keep Mortal Kombat out of it. I love Mortal Kombat, but just keep it out of it, man. We don't really need Sub-Zero in the game, because he essentially is just Captain Cold. Although I think it's cool if they decide these characters will have loot systems too, so it might be neat to see what you can make Sub-Zero look like ultimately, which would be really, really nice. There's Aquaman fighting Atrocitus. And Aquaman, again, just as badass as he was in the first game. They even gave him a couple new specials. And Atrocitus is actually a lot of fun to use. And it's cool to include a Red Lantern, and they nailed his character. And he has one of the best... I've beaten the game in the battle simulator with everybody. I've seen everybody's ending. He has one of the top 5 best endings in the game. Atrocitus does, believe it or not. It's like, it was a surprising kind of ending, so I was like, wow. Again, won't spoil it for you. Well, this has been episode 42 of the Gaming Roundtable. Injustice 2, go out and buy it. You will not regret it. It is absolutely amazing. It is the best fighting game I have ever played, and sets the bar. There's no way. I mean, look, granted, Capcom versus Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's coming out. And that's fine. It's basically 4, but it's not going to have loot systems. It's not going to have all this cool stuff. This is the measuring stick as far as I go. Fighting games after this coming out need to do what this does. Add those roleplay elements. It really, really makes the game just that much better. And remember, folks, I appreciate you tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about my channel. Hit that like button. Tell me what you think in the comments if you're really enjoying Injustice 2, or maybe you're not. And this is, like I said, thank you for pulling up a chair to Round Table. Thank you for grabbing that cold mug of beer if you're able. Remember, the Juice Man telling you the way it is. And as always, gamers, good gaming.